Winnie the Pooh is a master at the law of attraction. And one of the most powerful books that I've ever listened to talks about how Winnie the Pooh is a master at the law of attraction, and he attracts and manifests just like that. And if you want to become a bear of very little brain, if you want to become a master manifester like Winnie the Pooh, you're going to want to check out this video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and I help people to find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 secrets that Winnie the Pooh uses and how he manifests using the law of attraction without even realizing it. So, growing up, Winnie the Pooh was always one of my favorite characters. He is probably my favorite Disney character. Why? Because he's a very little brain, which means he doesn't spend a lot of time in his head, but he's in his heart. And he's a manifesting beast, dude. You see him kind of just like going along with that kind of like Midas touch luck, and things always work out for him in some way, shape, or form. And a while back along my spiritual awakening journey, I was given this book by a friend called The Tao of Pooh by Benjamin Hof. And I listen to that book at least once or twice a year because every time I listen to it, I get a new perspective and I learn something new each time. So you can check out that audiobook. I'm going to link it. It's completely free. It's nothing affiliated with me. It's a free YouTube link. You can listen to the audiobook, and I highly recommend it. It's definitely one of the books that's changed my life. And it explains Taoism in a simple, practical, and relatable way that you can use in your everyday life. So in that book, I'm not going to do too many spoilers about it, but have you noticed that the hero in that book is not Piglet, Eeyore, Rabbit, Owl, Kanga, Christopher Robin, or any of those other characters? The hero of the story is Pooh Bear. Why? Because he's a bear of very little brain. What does that mean? It means he spends no time thinking about things, but he spends more time feeling about things. He spends more time in his heart. He spends more time in alignment than out of alignment. You've got Eeyore, who represents the negative. Eeyore represents, the negative mindset. Rabbit embodies the mindset of chatter, of noise, of the busy backson, of always going, and intellect. Owl is very long-winded and doesn't get to the point. And none of those beings have any practical wisdom. They have knowledge, and they pursue knowledge for the sake of knowledge. But what good is knowledge in a book if you don't know how to start a fire or change a tire or align your chakras? What is the point of book knowledge for the sake of knowledge? Knowledge is knowledge. It doesn't really have any practical use. But wisdom is knowledge learned or experienced. Wisdom is something that you can use. Wisdom is something that teaches. Knowledge is just facts. Wisdom is something that you can use in everyday life. It has a purpose and a place. So Winnie the Pooh manifests like this. He's known as the uncarved block, which means he's in his simplest, rawest form. And he manifests like this, and this. He's in divine alignment. Like Abraham Hicks says, the way that you manifest is by getting into the vortex. And Winnie the Pooh he's always in the vortex. And the first secret that Winnie the Pooh uses, which is similar to what Abraham Hicks talks about, is by feeling. He gets into his heart and sets an intention based on that. Usually it's around honey. So he set an intention to get honey, and, things manifest for him. He doesn't sit in his mind like Rabbit and be like, and ruminate over that honey. I'm going to get the honey. I'm going to get the honey. He doesn't obsess over it and sit in his mind with it. He feels it, and he knows it to be so. So the first thing that Winnie the Pooh does is he sets a strong intention. And the second thing that he does is he knows it is going to happen. He just doesn't know how. He doesn't think about it. He sets an intention to get that, and he goes along and goes about his business, and he trusts, and things just synchronistically line up for him so that he can just manifest what he wants. You know, in the movie, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, he wanted honey. And he walks over to his friends in the beginning of the movie, and he says, I was looking for a balloon. And there's a balloon right there. And he uses what's in his environment. He trusts. So the first thing that he does is he sets an intention. The second thing that he does is he believes it to be so. And Abraham Hicks talks about this as well. You have to ask, and you have to trust. And you have to know that it's going to be manifested. It's already manifested, even if it's not physically apparent. But Winnie the Pooh and you have to believe that it's going to be made so in vibrational equivalency. So it may exist in non-physical form, or it may exist in physical form, you just haven't seen it with your physical eyes yet. So you have to become a vibrational match to that. You either need to let go of something, you need to move towards something, but you have to become a vibrational equivalent to that physical thing, no matter what you're seeking, no matter what it is. More money, a better job, a relationship. What we're always seeking, like Abraham Hicks talks about, is feeling good, feeling better. We think that the having of something will make us feel better than where we currently are. So Winnie the Pooh doesn't just go seeking things to make him feel better. He goes with it because it's in alignment for him. So setting that intention, knowing and believing is going to be so. And then the third thing that Winnie the Pooh does is he allows. And I know this is overly, long about this, but it's similar to Abraham Hicks. Ask, trust and know, and allow. So one of the books that I read by Abraham Hicks, Law of Attraction book, the 3 recipes were know what you want, the science of deliberate creation, and the art of allowing. And those are the 3 secrets and the 3 things that Winnie the Pooh does to manifest like a beast. Have you ever been in such divine alignment that things just manifested? There's no coincidence that there's 3 secrets that Winnie the Pooh uses. There's 3 laws or 3 parts to the law of attraction that Abraham Hicks talks about. And there's 3 parts of your being, spiritual, mental, and physical, that have to line up for you to manifest. So it's a good thing that we don't manifest certain things like that, because you may not have been putting your full feeling into it. Or else you may be attracting the opposite of that, the equivalent of the lack of something. So, again, Winnie the Pooh manifests. He's a beast at this, dude. He's a bear, very little brain. He doesn't spend too much time thinking about what he wants. He says what he wants. He sets an intention with his full feeling. He knows it to be so. He goes and he's divinely guided, and he kind of just goes along on his path. And then that thing is made manifest. It's just that simple. But it's more complicated because we get in our mind about it, we get what we want, and then it's not what we want, and it's overly complicated, and we make things more complicated than they need to be. So you have to ask, you have to deliberately create it, and you have to allow it, and don't try to control the how of it, and let that show up in your life. And that can also be said for anything in your life. Spiritual awakening. I use that to manifest my transition because I was in full alignment with it. I used it to manifest going to the massage school that I really wanted. I manifested my twin flame by being in divine alignment, and the art of allowing and setting the intention. And you can do that too. Anybody can do it. I'm not some guru sitting on a mountain here, dude, or do that. I'm just a guide on your journey, saying that you can be like Winnie the Pooh too if you get out of your head and get into your heart, set the intention, believe it's going to be so, and then allow it and follow your divine guidance. And that's what Abraham Hicks means about getting into the vortex, is divinely following your guidance. So Winnie the Pooh, Master Manifester, 3 simple steps. 3 secrets, 3 Abraham Hicks secrets three-part being. Align with all of that, and you'll be divine. Align with the divine, and you'll be right on time. Peace and unity.